Mind likes to play the victim, that's a pattern of the mind. He likes to suffer, and this is very unconscious. But the mind is attached to suffering, to the little me story. But look how I am in trouble. But look what I've been going through. But look how I am sad. And look how I've done all of that and it didn't change. And look how. Somehow we need to get attention onto our little me experience because we haven't seen or we haven't find really or completely what is behind that pure space. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not even space. It's not even space. It's not even emptiness. It's a recognition of what is there, either emptiness or full mind activity or whatever. And because of this attachment to suffering, we keep the game with the mind going. We don't want to find truth, really. We don't want to find what is behind the photograph. We don't want to find the lens, the camera, because it's the end of the game. And we like our little game. We like it. So that's why we cannot make that final step to really stop over putting attention on our little me and what we go through. It makes us feeling important still. It makes us being alive. It gives us a feeling of being alive, of fighting for something, of struggling, of being real. But that's a game of the mind. That's not how you find real life. That's not how you find peace. That's not how you find the end of the game. So the recognition of this is the step out of the game. Seeing it doesn't have to disappear, but you see it for the game of the mind. It has to make things important. It has to make the drama. Mind likes drama. It's not to put you down with anything, but to inquire into the mind patterns that really likes to suffer and create a drama out of our life. And we like it so much that we actually create it, so that it gives a justification for being alive. It's paradoxical, but for being alive, for feeling alive. Sometimes we find funny ways to feel alive or to get attention. We find silly ways sometimes. And if you see the mind patterns and step out of it, you give a chance for healing. Because first of all, you say yes to the disease totally. You're not in fight with it, and also because you step out of the game. So there is a double chance for healing. But you have to really recognize the game of the mind, and it's not only you, but it's mind. It plays game. It plays tricks. It likes to hold on to our little stories. That's fine, but we have to recognize it.
Talisha?
Yeah, Mike? Hi.
Hi there. Hey, so ultimately, though, isn't it just like consciousness, when it's ready to wake up, it's going to wake up? Right? I mean, it's like the mind, it's allowing the mind to do what it does, right? I mean, it's not really up to the mind.
Just follow what is here and now. If you have the fire, follow the fire. If you have just a desire to be happy, follow your happiness. Follow what you feel like. Huh? Drop the idea of enlightenment or all of that, because that's not the way to find it. But just be in your daily life as sincere as you can, as truthful as you can. I'm not saying you have to be 100%, but be sincere in your life to try your best. To try your best for yourself, to try your best for others. It doesn't mean to do extraordinary things, but according to your own nature, just try your best. Try your best not to hide. Try your best not to lie. Try your best not to hurt anyone. And that's what is at the core actually of enlightenment. You cannot get illumination and enlightenment if you're still an enemy to yourself. So if you're still hurting yourself or is willing to still hurt others because this person hurt you, so you want to hurt her back or hurt him back, if you still have that will, you can never open the door because you're still an enemy to yourself. Huh? So drop the will to open the door, but go for sincerity, go for trying your best not to hurt anyone, trying your best to communicate to the best so that you clarify issues when they are not clear enough. Try your best to be yourself in that sense, to be true, to be honest, to be clear, just try your best. And the intention counts more than the perfection. The intention of sincerity really counts better than perfection and then being high and having a high state of consciousness and being in a special state. And all of that is an experience. But behind the experience, don't forget, there is a presence. The same as someone who experiences sadness or whatever. So the experience doesn't matter, but presence as openness, presence as sincerity, presence as your willingness to do and try your best is only that matters. So be yourself and look for your happiness. That's being yourself. Huh? Being light and being easy and you fall and okay, and you see your game of the mind and it's okay, and you go this and that, and sometimes you're stuck into a place and you're stuck into a pattern and it's fine. That's presence. It's fine. It doesn't judge itself much. It doesn't, feel heavy about something, even if it recognizes something heavy. Huh? It's okay not to feel light. It's okay to feel heavy, but I recognize it. And there is always a little bit of lightness in that. So don't worry, Mike. When the time is your time, you'll know it because suddenly there is a fire, or if there is no fire, just be happy the way you are. And it doesn't matter. Just be happy. That's what the self wants from you. It's a heart. It's your mother. It's your father. They don't want you to think all the time. They want you to be light and happy. Huh? That's what matters. That's really what matters. Just be happy. Try your best to be happy. And if it's not possible, don't judge yourself. Don't feel unhappy about your unhappiness. Huh? That's also what matters. Try to find that place that can relax with everything because you've recognized yourself beyond any experiences. Does it answer your question, Mike?
Well, no, until you said when it's your time. So that answers the question when it's your time.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter because your time will always come as death also. If it didn't happen before, it will come as when the time of death comes. So just be ready for death, which means be at peace with your mind, know who you are. That's it. That's all what is important in life.
Why I'm here.
Yeah,
to know who I am.
I hope you know, Mike. You tried? Who are you?
Mike.
You're what?
Mike.
You're Mike. Who knows I am Mike?
I don't know myself. I don't know myself as consciousness. I don't.
The thing is that people believe consciousness has to be something special. That's why in the case of Jonas, you fall because you compare. And in the case of Mike, you fall because you expect something.
You're breaking up.
Huh?
Well, I expect what the teachers say. There's a shift. Of course. There's a shift and you know who you are. And then you know who you're not. So that hasn't happened. So of course.
But I think you're expecting from that shift something extraordinary. or something special, isn't it, Mike?
There's an expectation that I'll know, oh, I am what I'm looking for. A subtle shift.
And who knows there is no shift now?
Me.
Huh? So can you lose who you are, Mike?
Me.
Can you lose the real I? Can you lose it? Who knows? I didn't get it. Who knows that?
Consciousness, I guess.
Yeah. So can you lose who you are?
No.
No. But you forget. And it's the same with Jonas. You forget, you forget, you forget. So you forget the simplicity of it. You wanted to make it a big deal. And in looking for the big shift, the big thing, you forget that consciousnness is just seeing whatever is happening without really, what's the best word I can find is without really taking it seriously. Because you see that it's okay. It's okay not to feel good. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel I didn't get it. They are thoughts. They are just thoughts.
So you're saying there's no shift. You're saying there's no shift.
No, there's just, you recognize that it's all okay. Can you recognize it's all okay about me?
No.
Can you say that?
No, sometimes it's not okay.
Okay, that's why you cannot accept presence. Because presence is what recognize it's all okay. So if you cannot say that to yourself, you don't want to be present. You're struggling with your own light because a light has no problem with all problems. So
right, so I don't know that yet.
Yeah, so it's all okay. Just say that to yourself, Mike. Come back to your body. It's all okay.
I don't believe that. I'm not going to say it.
Just say that as a not something you have to believe, as an experience in your body. It's all okay. It's all problems are okay. Just say it and see where is the resistance in your body.
A lot of tension in my stomach.
Okay, just feel.
Like a strong contraction.
Uh-huh.
It's like a dark energy there. It's saying like, no, it's not okay. Fuck this shit. That's what's kind of going on.
Okay, so this is your program. This is your mental program. You observe it, you feel it. Okay, continue to feel it. It's the space embracing all of that is consciousness. It gives room to I'm not okay. And when you give room to I'm not okay, you're always there because you're not struggling with that. So keep meeting in your body, I'm not okay. Feel where it disturbs you in the body. Breathe, it's okay. Some tension, Mike?
Yeah, it's still there. It's not as heavy.
Yeah, it's not as heavy. So you see when you start meeting what you resist, something cools down. So look what is a way, Mike. What is a way to start feeling less heavy? It's not by struggling with the thought, I'm not okay and I cannot stand it. Huh? It's giving it a room. It's a thought. It's not who you are, it's just a thought. You give it a room and the fight starts to be less heavy. There is less tension. You give it a room to it's okay to not to feel okay. You give room to it's okay not to feel okay. And that's what the mind cannot accept again. That's what the mind feels like, whoa, never I can say yes to I'm not okay. So like this, a game goes on. And that's why you cannot recognize yourself because you cannot say yes to I'm not okay. at the body-mind level. It's not who you are, but at the body-mind level, you cannot say yes to, I am not okay. Welcome it fully. Keep feeling it. Keep integrating it. Huh? And then you will stop taking these feelings and these thoughts most as seriously next time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's enough. Yeah.
Yeah. The shift hasn't happened yet, but I'll still.
The shift is embracing, Mike. It's just giving a room. The shift is nothing exceptional except that you give room to all kinds of thoughts. You give room to all kinds of emotions, and you give room to all kinds of feelings. That's a shift. It's not getting rid of bad feelings. It's not getting rid of non-pleasing emotions. It's not getting rid. And I would like you to hear that. The shift is not about getting rid of any negative or emotions or whatever. The shift is embracing them for what they are. Is giving them room.
But isn't the shift also the seeing that this I thought, you have the small selfing. I've heard a teacher call it selfing. And all it does is just thoughts, which produces the sense of an I. But when there's no more sense of an I, there's nobody having the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions.
But this is wanting, how can I say, this is looking for the moon instead of grasping, it's confusing the apple in front of you with the moon. Meaning there is only the present moment, Mike. Don't try to stop having thoughts. Don't try to become emptiness. Don't try to become, because you're already defining. You're confused with many concepts and many achievements that you have to reach. Don't lose the simplicity of who you are as a simple openness to what is here and now. And clear openness. You're not confused with the thought, I feel bad. You're not confused with the feeling, I don't feel good. Because otherwise you'll be always in fight with what you're experiencing. Because you want to stop your thought. You want to stop your thinking process. You want to stop the bad feelings. In that, I don't want this because I'm supposed to shift. I'm supposed to get enlightened. I'm supposed to reach nothingness. I'm supposed to reach absence of thoughts. Then you're always in duality with your little me. You never say yes to it. And that's a way, saying yes to it is eventually the way to stop thoughts and to stop bad feelings, but not the way you want to reach that. You want to reach the absence of thoughts by the fight with me, by ignoring me. You cannot, believe me, you will never be able to reach emptiness by eliminating me or putting it aside. And this is sometimes a big mistake in Neo-Advaita teaching. They said, don't pay attention to thoughts. Don't pay attention to this. Of course, in your daily life, if thoughts are just, little bubbles, of course, don't pay attention to them. But when you have a big issue with, I don't feel good or I have problems, and you don't want to open to that and embrace that, this will continue being behind your back as the overwhelming stone in your life that prevents you from feeling and being present. That prevents you from opening to that stone and saying, oh, it's only a stone, but it's not who I am. If you cannot say it's okay not to feel good, if you cannot say that, that's because that stone is huge into your reality. It takes the whole space. And you forget all the space around the stone, which is the I and your presence, which is always available as recognition of the stone, as embracing it for what it is. It's okay not to feel good. I know who I am. And that's it. That's it. Don't look for a special something. That's a mistake of most teachings. I'm sorry, but it's a reality. They look for a special something and they forget here and now. And only here and now is reality. Only here and now, Mike, is reality. Reaching something is not here and now. It is reaching. It is thinking about the future. That in terms of the light, it doesn't exist, the future. All is here and now. That second, that millisecond is reality. So if you try to reach something, you're always escaping reality. You're always escaping truth. What is truth? What is here and now? That's yourself, your presence, recognizing itself and opening to what is here and now, which is, I cannot stand the idea of not being fine, of having trouble now, of being stuck. I cannot stand that idea. I need to shift. I need to change. I have expectations, always further on the road, but never now.
Yeah. Okay. One last question. I bounce around to a lot of teachers, but I heard one teacher say you can't make it happen and you can't stop it from happening.
Yeah. Because if you're in search, obviously, and that searching will make it happen. But don't worry, Mike. It happens now. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I cannot get it.
My knower.
The knower knows the thought, I cannot get it. Don't take that thought seriously. Put it into brackets. It's here in front of you. It's not your reality. It's not. Don't make it so close to you. Bring it in front of you. It's a thought. I'm not there. I'm not this. I'm stuck in this. Da, da, da. So bring your awareness from the back and watch what you're experiencing, what you're thinking with clear eyes. That is being conscious.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now.
Ah, great. That's simple. How do you feel now?
Better.
Who knows I feel better?
The knower.
The knower. And when you don't feel better, who knows I don't feel better? Who knows?
The knower.
Yeah, can you lose the knower? Can you lose the knower?
Sometimes it seems like it, but I guess not.
When you say sometimes it feels, sometimes it feels I lose. But the thought, sometimes it feels I lose it.
Mm-hmm.
You're still there as presence.
Yeah.
Does it matter for the knower whether you feel good or you feel bad?
Apparently not.
Are you sure? Who knows that?
Almost seems like the knower is pretty oblivious to everything. Not oblivious, but okay with it. It's like it doesn't give a shit, almost.
Okay, Mike, please remember that. You see?
That's sadistic. That just seems like the knower, it doesn't care about all the suffering. It just seems wrong.
No, because the more you open to the truth, the more you take distance from your mind. What makes mind and the heart being cold? The mind or the heart is cold and not caring when it takes mind seriously. If you believe the thought, I'm not good enough, you're stuck with that thought. And your heart is into that thought, I'm not good. So you'll behave more and more like I'm not good because you believe it so much. But when you step out of all the thinking process, of stopping to judge the thinking process, and just seeing it as a movie on the screen but not the screen, when you look at the thought, I'm not good enough, I'm lost, I haven't reached, I'm not there yet, I have to improve, I have to shift. When you look at that and you're out of it, it doesn't mean you're indifferent. It means you're into your relaxation. You're not trapped into the story. You're not trapped into the stone. It's not covering the full picture. And that distance from thought is not indifference, it is being the heart. Because you're cool with yourself. You're at peace with mind. You're not struggling with bad feelings. You're not struggling with all aspects of the mind. And what happens? Your heart is open. Because it's relaxed. Because you're relaxed with what is here and now. See the difference when you think I'm bad, I would never reach that, I'm still stuck with that. It's a fight. You cannot be relaxed and feel and listen to that place. But when you feel, oh, I'm bad and it's okay, it will pass, I know the game. And you're still into that relaxation that is not indifferent or sadistic, but looks at reality for what it is, a game of the mind. The game of the mind. So that distance from the game of the mind is being in the heart. It's not being in coldness or indifference. It means being in the real heart.
Not in the story, yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. You've listened to too many teaching, like too many teaching. We can get completely lost. One version here. You have to stick to what you feel as truthful. You have to stick to what talks to you and to follow that path, because otherwise you will shift from looking for emptiness, looking for the absence of thoughts, or looking for this or looking for that, and each time you'll hear a little bit of truth there, echo, but you will be lost, thinking I need to search for it or I should not search for it. But who knows all of that? Find the I.
But isn't that part of the journey? Like that, I just feel like I'm on fire. I just gotta get it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it feels.
Yes. Follow it. But at one point, stop your own game of searching, because it can be also the game of not really saying yes to your game of negativity. And see the game of negativity at the same time looking for truth, and at the same time attached to suffering also. You're attached to suffering. You don't want to see clearly. You're playing with yourself. You don't want to see clearly.
Who's attached to suffering?
Mind has a pattern of being attached. See it, simply see it. If you don't see it, you're trapped into it.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Your consciousness, looking at the game of the mind, know the game of the mind, know how he likes to play stories, know how he likes to say, I never got it, when many times you got it. But you still like to believe you didn't get it, because you still want to believe it has to be something special, and the mind keeps telling its own game and all lies and all patterns. Just see what is behind the movie. And don't tell me you don't know. You will again say, I don't know.
No, my mind's very quiet right now. It's hard to think.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. Nowhere.
Good, simple. Don't forget. So when you lose yourself, okay, all of you, when you lose yourself and you don't know anymore, ask yourself, come back to that simple one question. What is going on here and now? Who knows that? You hear me, Mike? When you don't know anymore, when you're lost, when you don't know where is the truth, when you don't know what to believe, when you don't know, remember, here and now. What is going on in me? Who knows that? You have all answers. You have the movie and the screen. And you will make that distinction. What is going on in me is my movie. Who knows that is the screen. So immediately you separate the movie from the screen. Whereas otherwise you're confused and you forget the screen because you only see the movie, which is what we do. We only see the movie. We don't see the white screen when the movie is playing. But if you ask and come back to that question, you can make that distinction and relax. What is here now? Who knows that? Okay, I got trapped again, and it's okay. to also be trapped. But I relax with my movie, whatever it is. I never feel good. I'm sick. I'll be lost. I'm lost. I never got it. I'm da 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 da. Huh?
Mm. Feels like my mind is being blown right now. It's good. It's fine. It's a good thing.
Who knows that?
Me, the knower.
I, yeah. The knower knowing me, huh? Not me. I is different than me. I is a screen. Me is a story, is a film. So make that distinction between I, the empty screen, presence, openness, and me, the story being played on the screen, the movie. So I watch me, but I am not me. Me is on me. Me is on the real I, and me is within I, but I am not me. I'm one with me. The movie and the screen are one together, completely indissociable, but still I'm not my movie. I'm one with my movie, but I'm not my movie. I'm one with me, with my body and my thoughts and my feelings, but I'm not my body and I'm not my thoughts and I'm not my feelings. I'm the knower of the movie, but I'm not my movie. I give space for my movie fully, but I'm not mixed up with it. And the less I'm mixed up with my movie, the more I give it a full room. The more I can watch all of it without any fear, because I know who I am. I'm the screen. Cannot change, cannot be tinted, cannot be colored, because I give full room for all colors. I'm not confused. That's not a big shift in terms of the movie will change, but it's a big shift into absence of confusion, out of illusions. And because I have no more expectations about even changing my movie, because I just see it for what it is, I give it, I'm in the best place for a change of movie, but not out of expectation. Not trying to change it, because I know who I am. So I know who I am means nothing matters anymore, and still everything is very precious. That's the best definition of recognizing yourself. Nothing matters, because really any movie doesn't matter, whether a divine movie or a psychopath movie. And at the same time, everything is precious. Life is precious. My little me is precious. People are precious. Everything is precious. I'm one with it. I'm the screen that is one with all movies of life. I cannot ignore them, but I'm not trapped into them. I'm not confused with them. I've recognized myself as a screen, not as a movie. How do you feel when you see that or realize that, Mike? How does it feel? Good. Is there room for I don't feel good at all? The movie.
Can you say that again? You're kind of breaking up.
If you recognize you're the screen, the openness to the movies with clarity, when the movie that has a title, I don't feel good at all, is played on the screen, does it matter for the screen? The movie I don't feel good at all?
No.
Now, the movie Little Buddha or whatever, Dalai Lama movie, does it matter for the screen?
No.
No. So you're free from divinity, and you're free from identifying with ego. You're nothing, an empty screen.
Yeah.
Allowing things to be as they are here and now.
Yeah.
So you can just relax and take it easy. It's okay to have a bad movie on. It's okay to have a divine movie on. But I will not take seriously the divine movie, and I will not take seriously the bad movie. I'm free. I recognize myself. I know who I am.
Right.
Ego has no chance, either spiritual ego or very ego.
Mm. Not many thoughts going on right now. Very quiet up here.
Does it matter for consciousness if it is quiet?
No.
No, you see? Relax with me.
Right.
Mila, you feel okay?
Yeah, I feel very okay.
Good.
Maybe, I think, yeah, it's really that simple in a sense.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
What is not simple is that we don't want sometimes to see reality, the little movie as it is. Huh? So if there is a movie with a terrible movie with lots of fears and horrors and everything, we don't want to define it as a horror movie or fearful movie. Huh? We will deny it. We want a spiritual movie instead. So
we deny it, and what did you say after?
So the thing is that sometimes it's simple to understand who we are. The screen and not the movie. That's simple. Huh? That's clear. It doesn't matter what type of movie it's playing. For the screen, it can welcome any type of movie. That's simple. Now, what is not simple with our body and our minds is that when a depressed movie or a movie that I don't feel well, I don't feel good is played on the screen, we don't want that movie. So we don't want to recognize it as that movie is being played on me. So because we don't want to recognize and we want to change the movie, we want to shift, Mike, we want to shift to another movie, so we don't say yes to the movie that is played on. And that's why it stays on our screen. We don't allow the next image to go on because we don't say yes to our movie. I don't feel good, but I see it's only a movie. I'm still stuck there, but I see it's only a movie. I compare. I see it's a movie, I compare. But the fact that we don't allow that movie to be on, or either we pretend and we say, I feel good, or we pretend and we say, I have no thought, or we pretend and we say, I'm divine, or I want to reach a different movie, or what is next? I need to shift, I need to this, I need to that. We don't open to here and now as it is. And that is a duality, that is a trouble. We don't give room for change, we don't give room for something different. For the real change to happen. We don't give room. We can go to the next image only when we say yes to the film. Imagine a screen that when a sad movie or a movie that is not about feeling good happens on the screen, and the screen has a problem with the movie and start agitating and getting hard because of that movie, we'll see what a silly screen. Why is it doing that? Changing forms so as to get rid of the movie. That's what as human beings we do. As we don't know ourselves, so when the movie comes which we don't like, we change shapes, or we get angry, or we get little pics on our screen so that to get rid of that image more quickly. And sometimes we completely ignore the image of sadness or anger or the negative side we don't want to see. We completely ignore it So we are a screen that selects images. And I have to have no thoughts or no images or no feelings, because that's not the quality of I. Some people on the spiritual path, they believe I am consciousness and I should be peaceful and I should be this and I should be that. So I cannot give rooms to the thoughts. I cannot give rooms to thinking, to feeling. I cannot allow it. But then actually I'm becoming a hard screen, because I don't give room, so I don't open to my heart. The heart accepts all kinds of movies. The heart is a place that can say yes to the negative, and that's why it is a heart. It can hold it with clarity. I'm not that bad movie. I'm not that feeling bad, but I give it room. I don't try to escape it, and if I do that, I'm connected to reality, to here and now. And that is being open, and that is being the heart. There's still humanity in opening to the movies as they are. But if we escape them, we're escaping the heart. We're escaping the embracing place, which is a heart.
So you're saying to Licho, the screen has no preference for the movie that's playing, but I, the little me, has a lot of preferences.
Yes. Yeah. Naturally, out of acceptance, the screen is clear, it doesn't take it seriously. That's what we need to understand. The screen gives room, but sees reality for what it is, an emotion for what it is, a thought for what it is, a feeling for what it is. So of course, anyone naturally prefers to feel good. It's okay. But the screen, when there is no I feel good, has also a room for it. You would prefer naturally the heart, that a mother, father prefer their children to feel good. But if they don't feel good, it's okay. I accept them as they are. That's fine. It's what it is right now. So that's a heart place. That's a mother in you. That's a father in you. It's the loving aspect of you. It's okay. I see the movie. It doesn't change. It's people are stuck or whatever it is. And I can give room to that. But I wish that it disappears. But if it doesn't, it's okay. So there is a preference, but not a holding on to that preference so strong that it will hide here and now as it is, that it will prevent from opening to the truth of here and now as it is. You understand that?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. So even if there's a natural preference for something that's more positive, as long as you're open, as long as I'm open to whatever is right now, bad or positive or negative.
Yeah. If it is stuck, be open when it is stuck. When it's little things, it doesn't matter. Don't analyze anything. But when something is stuck, open to it with clarity. I feel I'm stuck. I feel I'm blocked. I feel I'm not there. I feel it's okay. Come back to, oh yes, again I've been stuck. Again I've been confused. It's fine. I have the right also to feel confused, but I see it and I embrace it with clarity.
Is that my pattern? I think it is.
It is your pattern? Yeah. No place to reach.
I was wondering a while ago, what is my pattern? I think that's what it is.
It's judging confusion also, but the place that judges confusion or sees the confusion is the absence of confusion. It's your clarity that sees the confusion, and it's okay. There is room for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's too simple for the mind to grasp it.
Yeah.
Licho, what about there's the thing that a lot of the teachers say there's no free will? What are your thoughts?
So there is no free will in a way. The thing is that it should not be an excuse. That's the thing, because it's better not to talk about these things, because the mind, when it understands there is no free will, gives up on everything. You know, it's like a justification to say, wow, there is nothing I have to do, nothing I should look for, because everything will have to happen anyway. But it's still, how can I say? There is still a movement, you know, there is both the program of your mind. There is no free will because you have a certain mind program driving you to a certain point, and from time to time, and sometimes you shift to the natural program, which is the flower developing as a flower, the butterfly, the cocoon changing into a butterfly, or whatever. There is a movement, a natural movement. So if the butterfly or the cocoon thinks, wow, there is no free will, I should not do anything. But that's against the natural movement of life, because still in the natural program, there is a movement, there is a doing, which is felt as your freedom to be yourself. So somehow surrendering to the natural program is your freedom to be yourself. Is that clear? It's not a letting go of everything. It's just listening, because it could be, and mind can take it as, okay, there is no free will, so if you slap me, if I hurt you, it doesn't matter. You know, there is no more listening to the heart in there. You know, that's what I want to say. When there is a total mind understanding of everything is determined, everything is destiny, mind is so smart that it can use it as an excuse to surrender to mind, to surrender to itself. Okay, I feel like slapping you, I slap you. It's my destiny. I feel like doing this, I do. You know, it gives justification for letting go of awareness. The whole purpose of destiny is to awaken within your destiny. The whole purpose of receiving slaps in your life and obstacles and all of that is at one point to want to get out of it, like you're doing, Mike. You want to get out of this program. You are tired of this program. So there is a movement. The movement of your destiny is that you free yourself from destiny as karma, as negative impressions, as, look, when you start embracing your negativity, it gets lighter. So that's a movement of destiny, of consciousness. There is a movement so that you can embrace your karma, what is your program, and get free of that program in order to get back to your natural program, which is still a program and which is still destiny, but where you feel you're free to be yourself. Is this clear?
Okay.
So it's not, what I want to say, to summarize it, it's not surrendering to ego, but to feel your heart, to feel the movement, to be conscious. Just follow your heart, don't follow your mind. The mind will tell you, surrender to that, accept that, don't bother about it, even if it's, I don't give a shit, you know, it doesn't matter, from awareness, but not as a way to just, how can I say? Yeah, as a way to surrender to the mind. It's a difference. Feel the difference, surrendering to the mind or surrendering to your heart. And believing in predestiny, in destiny, or is true, but mind interpreting this will make the mind surrender to ego. And feel the difference. I surrender to ego and I surrender to the heart. It's a huge difference. So destiny should not be an excuse to surrender to ego. And often it is in some teachings.
But if there's no free will, you don't have a choice to surrender to the ego. Maybe sometimes you surrender to the ego.
But that's That's why you cannot define it in these terms, because anything about destiny is to come out at one point in your destiny. There is a point where you will awaken into your patterns. You will see them clearly. Your destiny will bring you to that point where you see clearly things. And all what we are talking about is to make that shift happen and to help that shift happen, which is also programmed, but it doesn't mean that I have to be quiet because it's also programmed. You know what I mean? If I take it literally as everything is programmed, I stop talking. No need for words, you're programmed. So I'll stop listening to my heart and still feeling like sharing. You know what I mean? If it becomes mental, I stop talking, because anyway, that's your destiny, it will happen. So why talking? I should keep quiet. Everybody should keep quiet. We have nothing more to do or to say, which is also not true. If you follow your destiny, your nature, you feel like talking. You know, I listen to my heart, I feel like talking. If I listen to my mind, I surrender to my mind, I say, wow, everybody has a destiny, so I give up, I don't talk. You see the difference?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah? So don't be too mental about concepts, because they will prevent you from listening to the heart.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We can become absurd with concepts. We can come to points of absurdity, and that appears very clever and very justified. But that's where teachings can be counterproductive, because when we understand things through the mind only, through concepts, destiny is already written, so there is nothing I have to do, we give up on everything, which is not what our program was for. Our program is to awaken. Every program is to bring us to that place of awakening. So we just need to follow our program, and we feel, you feel like searching, Mike. Jonas, you feel like healing. I feel like teaching. Mila, you feel like listening and getting it, and we feel something. But if we think, oh, I'm programmed anyway, I don't even need to search for anything, because that's destiny, it will happen anyway, we become to a place of passivity, fake passivity, mental passivity, which happens on some spiritual path, which happens on Neo Advaita path. They can be like the giving up of the heart even. The mind can justify everything, and that's a little bit silly. And people can come to that place, what I call, there's a dry place where you can come to, which appears spiritual, but it is not spiritual. It can appear very peaceful and empty. You can come to a place of emptiness, understanding all of that. I'm not the doer. I'm not this, I'm not that. Destiny is already written. So you can come to a place when it's wrongly understood. When it's understood through the mind, you can come to a place of non-doing, which appears natural, but it is not natural. It is still the mind who uses all concepts to just give up on the heart and just don't do anything. It appears peaceful, it may appear this and that, but it is not warm. You will not find warmth in it. You will not find naturalness, life in it. There is a little bit of dryness in it. So don't forget that the heart is very alive. It's warm, it's alive. It's not that place between emptiness and coldness, a little bit peaceful, but it's lacking the heart, and some people are trapped into it. It feels spiritual, but it is lacking the heart, the caring.
Hey, I just thought of something. You know your book, I got it and I'm reading it.
Yeah.
But I just started reading it, but there's different aspects of the ego that has to be seen? Does that come later in the book, like exercises?
Yeah, when it's, I call it self-inquiry at the chakra level, you know, one by one, aspects of the mind.
Okay.
That's all
Okay.
aspects of ego. This part is all aspects of ego. Huh? About fears, about the heart, about the grounding, about all of that. All of that are descriptions of ego. So when you see examples that where you struggle with, you can do the work. Huh? What is here and now? Who knows that? And you embrace that thought, that feeling that still disturbs you. Huh? Is that clear, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember you were talking about it, but I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah. So that part is a little bit...
with the chakras and whatever.
Yeah. So that's a part where you will identify thoughts where you have trouble still with. Huh? And when you have troubles with thought, you embrace them from a place of clarity. I know who I am. I embrace the thought. I am not there yet. I am blocked. Whatever disturbs you, I am not loved. I am not worthy. And you breathe. Huh? To give it a space, to embrace that movie. Give it a space. And in that allowing, it gets lighter. And don't forget who you are. I am free. Huh? Always do the sandwich of consciousness. Don't forget who you are. I am free. I have no problems. I meet the problems, but I am free. So always do like this. Otherwise, you fall back into the habit of believing your mind, believing your thoughts, believing your emotions. It's so strong. This habit is so strong.
Very strong. It's ridiculous.
Extremely strong. I'm so surprised. I'm sorry, but as a teacher, that is my huge surprise. Because I think maybe I'm not, but I think I'm clear in explaining it. I think, but maybe I'm not. And each time I see people falling back, and it's not something I accuse anyone, but it's so surprising to see how much the habit of taking thought seriously, of taking what we experience seriously, is making us follow the presence, the embracing space that says it's okay. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to have this thought. It's okay, but I see it. I embrace it, but I see it. I didn't lose myself as the open space. I didn't lose myself. But the habit of the mind in taking any experience seriously is so huge, so incredible, that again, and in a minute, Mike, in a minute, you may again fall back into, I'm lost, I didn't get it, I didn't have experience a shift, in taking your expectation seriously. Just see the mind pattern, recognize the mind game. So if you go in my book for the chakra stories and identifying all the thoughts you still have resistance with, please don't forget to do the sandwich. First of all, remember who you are. And I am. I am. Don't forget, I am. And to prevent falling back into identifying with mind, do the healing sandwich as first, use little tricks, which is, I have no problems, which is a truth, but normally consciousness doesn't even care about that. But help yourself with words like this. I am perfect. I have no problems. I am happy. I'm at peace with myself. And then meet ego. I am not worthy. I am bad. I am this. Whatever still disturbs you. I have all types of problems. I am a problem. All what disturbs you. And then finish with the awareness perspective. I have no problems. It's okay. I'm healed. I was not even sick. I've never been sick. That's the truth. And in the middle, it's our belief, our ego belief. So don't forget to do it like this. Otherwise, the habit is so strong. If the habit is not so strong, it's fine. You can meet ego without identifying with it, without falling again into the story. But when habits are strong, and that's your case, Mike, you have a very strong tendency not to want to believe in yourself. So don't forget in the sandwich also, I believe in myself. You don't want to believe in yourself. So meet that story also. Meet it for what it is. I don't want to believe in myself. That's the truth of your ego program. You don't want to believe in yourself. You will hear it. and that's Jonah's story also. You will hear it, you will get it from time to time, you will understand it, and then you drop it immediately because you don't want to believe in yourself. You know, you believe you can't be that. So that takes over. Every time you get it, the mind gets back with a strong story, strong justification, strong disease, in order that you prevent believing in yourself, because you don't want to believe in yourself. That's the truth that you don't want to see. But understand the game. And at the beginning of the sandwich, I believe in myself. I have no problems. I'm completely at peace with myself. And that meat, I don't like myself. I don't like having all these problems. I am a problem. That's what you mind believe. Huh? And at the end, you meet again. I'm healed and I trust myself. So don't forget the sandwich and do it according to the little dose you want to do it. Huh? One positive thought, one positive negative feelings and embracing, and you finish with one positive thought, or you do 3, 1, 3, whatever. Huh? You will feel what is the right healing portion for you.
Because it's really the healing, right? It's the healing, because the ego will never like itself, right? Ultimately, or
what, Mike? The healing? What?
The ego will never like itself, right?
Ego doesn't like itself, and ego doesn't accept healing.
Yeah.
Because that's the end of ego. So you understand the game. You don't forget who you are. What is here and now? Who knows that? And you get back to the knower. Huh? So don't forget that. What is here and now? Who knows that? It's a knower. Huh? You embrace what you feel. The knower is not this sadistic, Mike, sadistic, detached self. It embraces. So that's the difference between Advaita that is wrongly understood and Advaita that is a heart and embraces feelings and embraces resistance so that it dilutes it. It can dissolve. If you don't embrace it, it stays. It gets harder. Embrace it. You give it a room for it to dissolve, and then you're back to the knower that has nothing resisting in front. So it comes a point when you do healing, which in a way for the knower doesn't matter, but the heart, it has a movement, Mila, it prefers to feel better. It's natural to want to feel better. So the heart, even it can say yes to bad thoughts and good thoughts and heavy thoughts and light thoughts and good feelings and heavy feelings. The awareness has no preference in a way as a detached knower, but awareness is also in the heart. It embraces. So it becomes soft. Everything becomes soft in awareness. There is a room for it. So that's a heart, and it's not cold and it's not detached. The more you know who you are, the more you can embrace everything and not feeling cold and detached. So know who you are. Don't forget the simplicity of knowing, just knowing, not a big shift, Mike, just knowing. And in that knowing, you embrace, and that healing will make you come to a point where whatever movie is here, you don't care. It's not that you don't care from detachment and coldness, it's that you don't care because the game cannot trap you anymore. Huh? It cannot hold on to you, it cannot stay. So you don't even put attention, you don't even analyze anything. You're into the natural state where it's so integrated that everything is okay. It's so integrated that all feelings are okay, all negativity is okay, that you're not that. It's so integrated that you're natural. You move naturally, you don't care, you don't think, you don't, you're not conscious in the mental way. But before this happens naturally, it's better to be aware with a little bit of mental effort, to bring a little bit of healing, to bring a little bit of meditation, to bring a little bit of all these exercises, so that the I, the presence, knowing it's all okay, is strong in you and doesn't fall back into taking the little me story seriously, which you do immediately, Mike. So do healing exercises in order that you can get rid of all these exercises. Getting rid of the thought, I am perfect, I have no problems. Getting rid of all of that and getting rid of the thought, I am depressed, I have all problems, I cannot face that, I'm lost, I'm trapped, I'm compared. Getting rid of all of that, so that at the end, the more you've been ready to embrace all this negativity and embrace your light, you're detached from the two, and you're back to the natural state, which is it's all okay. There is no need of a reminder. It's strong in you that it's all okay. It's
yeah, okay. I'll try harder.
Be careful of this one also.
No, I'm kidding. I know. I'm kidding.
Take it easy. It's all okay. Just remind yourself it's all okay. Even all problems are all okay. Whoa. That's for the mind, it's hard to say. But just do that healing from just as to get used of any kind of thoughts so that they don't bother you.
Okay. Thank you.
I think it's time. I didn't check, but it's yeah. And thank you. I hope you it helped you tonight. And I wish you not night. What time is it in the States? It's in the morning. It's in the morning. Yeah,
it's the
Sunday
afternoon
morning
for me.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? I thought we were going on for an extra.
I don't see you. Who is this?
This is Michael.
Michael. Okay, I didn't know you were there.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. I was kind of waiting to talk, but
I didn't see you on the screen, and now I still don't see you. Did you put your camera on?
Yes, I can see you. I can see everywhere. But yeah.
Oh, it's my sorry, I didn't see you.
I didn't realize we were finishing so soon because I was kind of waiting for you to talk to everyone else.
Michael, you need to.
Yes. Yeah, thank you again. This is lovely. It's so wonderful to hear your teachings. I'm really That's so strange why I'm not on the camera. Yeah.
I really don't see you. I only see 4 persons, me including, but I didn't see you. But I had a problem with the connection in the computer. So I had to shift to my telephone, and I think it makes everything smaller.
If you scroll even further to what you did before, if you scroll one more screen, I think you can see Michael.
If okay.
You try to just scroll one.
Okay. I can see both of you now, which I did.
Right now I can feel again a tension in the body, at the physical skeletal body. And earlier today I was in the supermarket and I was kind of navigating and feeling into what was good for me to eat. And I was like wanting to buy organic and make sure it was the freshest and what was going to be the best for the body. And I was really, and then I stopped and I closed my eyes and I fell into it and I could feel that, like the controlling and wanting it to be a certain way and wanting the produce to be the best and me to make the right decisions. And I was like, oh my God, it was like so intense. And I realized that I was completely, at that moment, I was completely fused. There was no separation. There was just this desire for like perfection and
and the way to, if you really accept to fail and to make the wrong decision, you're free from that fight, you know.
The power of it. It was like, and it was only in the supermarket. It wasn't like I was buying a car. I was literally buying some vegetables. And I was like, oh my God. So is there any, now you were talking about like the other people in the call with their various traps. Is there any advice you would give for that?
Just accept to fail. Just accept to fail and be imperfect, and that takes everything. You make it everything. You know, you relativize. I don't know how you're relative. No, that's what's the word? To put things into perspective. You don't take it so seriously. Also, don't forget who you are. It doesn't matter in a way. Nothing is too serious for the self. Same again. Nothing is too serious, but everything is precious. But nothing is too serious. Mm-hmm. So whether you make the right choice or not the right choice, it's not so important.
My feeling is there's the program running and the physiology joins in and it kind of meshes. And like, so
yeah, everything is a reason for the fight. Everything is a reason for the fight. I'm sorry, Michael, I didn't see you, and also Sarah, I didn't see you the whole time. I thought you were gone for the time. I didn't see you, so I'm sorry for you guys. But at the same time, Michael, there is a time, and I cannot continue or overdo it. Okay. Next time, take your space. Ask questions, even if you're not seen and you're the unknown. Yes. Even if you're the unknown, make yourself known. Okay. Okay. And sorry for that I didn't see you. I'm discovering reality through a screen.
Next time.
Okay. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And thank you, Sarah.
Thank